Welcome to the High Rollers. My name's Teddy. Please take a seat. And what would you like to buy in for today? £50,000. Very well. £1,000 chips, good. Excellent. That gives us £10,000. And £20,000. And £30,000. And $10,000 chips, 40 and £50,000. Good. Wonderful. And now we offer you a beverage of some sort. Vesper Martini. Very nice. Classic. And of course we have Lillet. Absolutely. And please place your first wager. Starting off with £10,000. Very good, betting £10,000. Best of luck. And we start with a 10 and 12. This is our 10. Alright, and your bet. Hit very good. And 22, terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Your wager. £2,000. Very nice, very nice. It's always fun to start off with a broad shot across the bow. See what happens, yes? Alright, 2 and 5 versus our 4. And you would like to hit 5 becomes 7. 7 becomes 18. Stand on 18 and 4 becomes 13. And we bust. Congratulations. £2,000. And your wager. Letting it ride, very good, letting it ride. And best of luck. 7 and 11 versus our 8. You would care to double down, very good, doubling down. £4,000. £4,000, best of luck, and not ideal. We have an 18. Terribly sorry. And your wager. £2,000 again, beating £2,000, and we have 16 versus our 4. And you would care to stand. And 4 becomes 9. 9 becomes 19. Bit of a cold start, I would say. Bit of a cold start, yes. Your wager. Thank you for the martini. Hopefully that will soothe or give a salve to any stinging wounds at the moment. £2,000 again. Very good. £2,000. Betting £2,000. Best of luck. And we have a 10. 16 versus our 9. And what would you care to do? 16 hits and becomes busts. Terribly sorry. And your wager. £10,000. Feeling a bit betrayed, I would agree. Let's see what happens here. £10,000. Let's get our luck to change. And we go 8. And we have 10 versus our 9. And what would you care to do? Just hit. Very good. Just hit 10 becomes a 20 and stand. 9 becomes a 12. 12 becomes a 15. 15 becomes a bust. Congratulations. £10,000. And letting it ride. £20,000. Very good. Betting £20,000. Best of luck. And 10. 15 versus 9 again. And what would you care to do? Hit 15 hits and bust. Terribly sorry. So sorry. And your wager. £10,000 again, wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And we go 3. 13 versus our 8. And what would you care to do? Hit 13. 15. How about an 8? Oof, so close, so close. That was almost perfect. Terribly sorry. And your wager. £10,000 again. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And 4 and 10. This is our 10. And what would you care to do? Hit. 10 hits and becomes a 14. 14 hits and becomes a bust. So sorry. And what would you care to do? Buying back in £100,000. Very good. Buying in for £100,000. And 2, 3, 4, 5. And 10,000. 10,000 and 20,000. And 30,000. And 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and £100,000. Best of luck. And your first wager. £10,000. Betting £10,000. And we have a tray. And we have a 8. This is our 10. And your wager. Betting hit. Very good. Hitting 18. You will stand. Ending on 18. 20. Terribly sorry. Your wager. £10,000 again. £10,000. Best of luck. And we go. Nice. Come on now. There she is. 21. Very good. This is our 7. Automatic win. Congratulations. 10,000 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and £5,000 behind. Well done. And your wager. £10,000 again, wagering £10,000. There we go. 9 and 20 versus our 10. And you will stand. Very good. 10 becomes a 15, and 15 becomes a 21. That is ridiculously unlucky for you. So sorry. Would you care for another martini? One more Vesper martini. Please, one more Vesper martini for our friend. Thank you so much. Your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And we have a Queen. 10, 12 versus our 9. And your hits. And there we go. 21. Congratulations. And we have 18. Well played. And your wager. £10,000. Very good. £10,000. And we have a 17 versus our 2. And you would like stand. Standing on 17. 2 becomes a 5. 5 becomes a 7. 7 becomes a 17. Push. And same wager. Same bet. And we go with a 6. 10 versus our 4. What would you care to do? Doubling down on 10. 10 doubles down becomes a 20. That's more like it. 4 becomes a 14. 14 becomes 17. Congratulations. £20,000. Well played. And your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 6. 11 versus our 4 again. And once again you will double down. 11 doubles down and becomes a 15. Alright. 4 becomes a 7. 7 hits and becomes a 15. 15 hits and becomes a 19. Thank you so much. Do enjoy that martini. Your second martini. Okay, your wager, please. £10,000. Well done. £10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 5. And 11 again. Versus our tray. And what would you care to do? Doubling down again on 11. About a 10. 18. A bit better. And we have a 6. 6 becomes a 13. 13 becomes a 19. Oof. Terribly sorry. Your wager. And £10,000 again. Wagering £10,000. 2 and 5 versus our 10. And 5 hits and becomes a 15. 15 hits and becomes a 17. And standing on 17, we have a 19. Well, streaks come and go, don't they? £2,000. Let's slow down. All right, £2,000. £2,000. Best of luck. And 10. 18 versus our 10. And what would you care to do? You're going to stand. Standing on 18. 20. And your wager. £2,000 again. £2,000. Best of luck. 10. 20 versus our 5. And you would like to stand. 20 stands, 5 turns into 18. Congratulations. And your wager. £2,000. Wagering £2,000. And 10. 20 versus our ace. Would you care to purchase insurance? No insurance. You're fine. You would like to stand. Very good. Standing, we have a 15. 15 becomes a 12. And 12 becomes a bust. Congratulations. And your wager. 10,000 again. Wagering £10,000. And best of luck. £10,000. And we have a tray. And we have a 14 versus our 5. What would you care to do? Just hit 14 hits and it becomes a 14. And you would like to stand. Standing on 14. And 5 becomes a 15. And 15 turns to a 16. And 16 bust. Congratulations. £10,000. And your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. First of luck, and we have a 10. And we have a 20 versus our 10. And you would like to stand. And we have 12. 12 hits and bust. Congratulations. There we are. Well, may your luck continue. Letting it ride, right? Letting it ride for £20,000. £20,000. And we have a 10 again. Congrats. And we have a 17 and versus 8. What would you care to do? You'll stand on 17 and we have a 12. 12 hits and becomes a bust. £20,000. Well played. Your wager. £10,000. £10,000. Best of luck. And we have 10. 17 versus 5. You would care to stand. Standing on 17 we have 10. 10 becomes 18. And your wager. £2,000. Wagering £2,000. Best of luck. And we have a tray. 13 versus 8. And what would you care to do? 8 hits, 8 becomes a 14. 14 hits and becomes a 19. 19 stands, 8 turns into a 15. 15 hits, 18 push. And same wager. Very well. Same wager. We have 10 and 16 versus our 4. And you will stand. And 4 turns to 9. 9 becomes 20. And you will wager £10,000, wagering £10,000. And then we have a deuce and a 7 versus our 10. And what would you get to do? Hit 7 hits and becomes a 17. You will stand, standing on 17. 10 turns to 13, 13 hits, and we bust. Well played. And your wager, £10,000, wagering £10,000. Best of luck, and ace. And 18 versus our deuce. And what would you care to do? You're going to stand on 18, very good. Standing on 18. 2 turns to 9. 9 turns to a 20. Your wager. £10,000, wagering £10,000, and we have a 7. 11 versus our 9. What would you care to do? Doubling down on 11. 11 becomes a 17. 9 becomes a 12. 12 hits and becomes a bust. Congratulations. £20,000. Well played. And your wager. £10,000, wagering £10,000. Best of luck. Deuce. 4 versus our 7. And what would you care to do? Just hit 4 hits and becomes a 9. 9 hits and becomes an 18. 18 stands, 7 becomes a 15. 15 becomes a bust. Congratulations. And your wager. £10,000, wagering £10,000. Very good. We have a 9 and 19 versus our 10. And what would you care to do? You'd like to stand, standing on 19. 10 becomes 12. 12 becomes a 21. That is terribly unlucky. Terribly unlucky. And your wager. £10,000, wagering £10,000. Best of luck. 2 and 10 versus our 10. And terribly sorry, but yes, it happens to the best. And your wager. £2,000, wagering £2,000. Best of luck. And 16 versus our 4. And you would like to stand, standing on 16. 4 becomes a 12. 12 becomes an 18. And your wager. £2,000 again, betting £2,000. Want the cards on the other side, of course. Perhaps we'll have a bit more luck on the right hand side. Well, 4, 15 versus our ace, and as always, would you care to purchase insurance? No insurance. And play on. 15 hits. 15 becomes a 20. 20 stands. We have 12. 12 becomes a 17. And soft 17 hits. Soft 17 becomes a 15. 15 hits and becomes a 21. That is quite the streak to get to 21. Let's say your wager. Chips on the left-hand side again. £2,000. Very good. There we go. And we have 10, that's better. And we have 20, there we are, versus my 10. And you would like to stand. 10 becomes a 16. 16 hits and becomes a bust. More like it. That's what we wanted to see. Your wager. £10,000. Betting £10,000. Best of luck. And here we are. We have a 9. 14, excuse me. 14 versus our 10. And 14 hits. 14 becomes a 16. 16 against a 10 hits and becomes a bust. So sorry. Your wager. £4,000. Something different. 1, 2, 3, 4. £4,000 wager. And we have a 4. Speaking of 4s, and we have a 14 versus our 7. And you would like to hit about a 7. Close to 19. 19 stands. 7 turns to a 10. 10 hits and becomes a 12. 12 hits and becomes a 16. 16 hits and becomes a bust. Congratulations. And your wager. £10,000. Very good wagering. £10,000. And best of luck. And we have a tray. 9 versus our 10. And terribly sorry, but that happens. Your wager. £10,000 again. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. Oh, we have a 7. 10 versus our 6, and you would like to double down. Doubling down on 10. 10 becomes a 20. Congratulations. 6 turns into a 16, and 16 busts. £20,000. Excellent. And your wager. Yeah, £10,000. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And we go with a 10. 13 versus our 8. And you would hit 13 becomes an 18. 18 will stand. 8 becomes a 14. 14, 15. And 15 becomes a 20. Some very, very frustrating runouts on the house tonight. Your wager. £10,000. Very good. £10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 6. 13 versus our 8. And 13 hits and becomes a 14. 14 hits and becomes a bust. And your wager. £2,000. Wagering £2,000. £2,000. Best of luck. For 13 versus our 10. And your wager. 13 hits and becomes a 17. 17 will stand. Standing on 17. 10 becomes an 18. And your wager. £2,000. Again, betting £2,000. And we have a 4. 11 versus our 10. And you would like to double down, doubling down on 11. And 11 becomes a 21. Congratulations. We have 20. It's nice when it works out the way it's supposed to. And your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. Best of luck. And 10. 20 versus our 10. And you would stand. And we are showing 20 ourselves. Push. Leaving it out. ace. There we are, come on. And we have a 20 versus our 8. And you would like to standing on 20. And 8 becomes a 18. Congratulations. £10,000. Would you care for another martini? You're good for now. Perhaps a glass of water. Water still or sparkling? Sparkling is San Pellegrino. Good. Very nice. San Pellegrino for our guest, please. Thank you very much. And your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. And we have a 7. And we have a 17. Versus our 10. And you would like to stand. And we are showing 12. 12 hits and becomes a bust. Congratulations. £10,000. Letting it ride. Very good. Letting it ride. £20,000. And we have a 7. 17 versus our 7. And you will stand. 17 stands. And we have 18. Oof. And your wager. £10,000. Wagering £10,000. And best of luck. We have an ice. And there's our moment to shuffle. And we have a interesting versus our 10. And you of course will split those aces, splitting your aces. And we go. Splitting again. Splitting aces one more time. Alright, here we are. And let's go with 21. Congratulations. Let's go with 17. And let's go with 17. Best of luck. 10 becomes a 12. 12 becomes an 18. So, win here. But unfortunately, loss. And we have enough for one more hand if you would like to play. Or would you like to wait until I shuffle? One more hand with this. One more hand. And £10,000. Very good. 8. And 11 versus our 9. And you would doubling down on 11. And 11 becomes a 21. Congratulations. And 9 becomes a 13. 13 becomes a bust. And now we could do one more. One more for £10,000. One more. £10,000. Best of luck. Last hand of the shoe, and we have a 5. And we have a 14 versus our ace. Oof. And would you care to purchase insurance? No insurance. And 14 is playable. 14 hits. 14 would hit. 14 becomes a bust. And very good. It is now that I must shuffle. You're going to take a walk, take a breather. Very, very nice. Let's see. Well, we have a total of £150,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60,000, 70, 80, 90,000 pounds. And 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 90, 97,000 pounds. So you are down £53,000 at the moment. But hopefully we will see you back perhaps a little later this evening with a fresh shoe. Yes? Until then, thank you so much for joining. My name is Teddy. Have a wonderful evening.